Alright, so I'm here to settle the shitload of accusations I receive every time I play this stupid game. Most of the time it seems to be some asshole who barely speaks English, just kinda repeating the phrase cheater, pussy, or whatever, failing to enlighten me on how exactly I'm cheating. My team could lose by a margin of 300 points in conflict, I can die 25 fucking times in the entire match, or I could even be trapped and spawned the whole game alongside my other hopeless teammates. Doesn't matter, I'm obviously using a program. So this was a while back, but the only person to ever really explain how I was hacking just told me, you move too fast. Well, okay. I move too fast. I found this particularly fucking stupid since it could be a myriad of different factors, but I think I nailed down what he meant after all this time. I put it off for a while, but I decided to make a video just dispelling it. I'm not sure why I care so much about what everyone thinks of me in this game that came out 5 years ago alongside a dwindling community. Maybe it's just nagged at me for too long. Hopefully you can get past my annoying voice and a semi-lengthy explanation of the game's mechanics. Okay, so, first things first, cover rushing makes you move faster, end of story. Let me explain a bit further. This is the first game I've ever played that employed a system I've just called cover rushing. Basically, if you're getting lit up, fret not, as you can approach the side of the wall you're sitting on, aim at another wall, and simply hold the A button. Your character will proceed to haul ass as demonstrated in this clip. Now, I'm not sure if most people knew this or not, but you can manipulate the camera as your character hauls ass to his precious waist-high wall. This is especially helpful in determining whether you ought to complete the cover rush or not. Even more importantly, where that camera is located also has the character ready their weapon in that general direction, so you can fire it as soon as you land on the wall. Also important to note is that you're not obligated to complete the rush as demonstrated here. You can crouch to make him stop, you can just stop holding A to make him stop, or you can even perform a roll. That's kind of my favorite thing to do. You can even quickly latch onto a completely different wall from the one your character was headed to if it's within range and you just press A. With this in mind, you should be piecing together that the rush is more of a glorified sprint. A sprint that's extremely helpful with accurately planting the character in a safe place in a cinch. Still here? This is the important part. So here's the deal. You do indeed run faster while cover rushing. As you can see from this clip, I'm bouncing all over the place. In 30 FPS it probably looks like shit, but that's not really the point of this video. To successfully pull this off, you obviously start by taking cover. Approach the edge of the wall, not the center. Having the character centered will make him vault the obstacle. You can make him vault over the top and he will proceed to rush. The problem is that it exposes you for a moment and it makes it take way longer to get to where you were headed. Alright, anyhow, so get on the edge, aim at another wall, and just hold the A button. It really is that simple, but there's a trick. Release A just as he slams his torso against the wall, fracturing his spine, then press and hold A again. See that? He immediately starts running for the next wall. Now, to control what wall you're running to, you definitely want to manipulate the camera ahead of time, so you're aiming at another piece of cover before he hits the wall. If you get good at this, like I did and I still am, you'll move noticeably faster than a player who just runs freely. What's even better about this is that the character is moving in a weird zigzaggy pattern, which is good for dodging fire or some asshole sniper on overpass or underground. Oh, by the way, fuck those maps and the snipers who don't do jack shit the entire match. I'm hoping this dispels the quote-unquote moving too fast thing. I'm not sure what would lead people to accuse me of this. Guess some credentials might help. I've been playing the game since it came out on the Xbox 360. I was not a big fan of multiplayer at first, but then a bundle of friends played it with me around the time Spec Ops The Line came out. I gradually got better and slowly learned how to use the mechanics of the game to my advantage. It was especially fun pulling stunts involving rolls on people behind cover. On the 360 version of the game, my gamertag was Gillier46. I had gotten every class to level 50, then I did it again, gradually resetting all characters and getting them to level 70 after buying 2 pieces of DLC. By the way, if you weren't aware, the DLCs in the game increased the max level cap by 10 for some reason, so a player could get to 80 on each class if they had all 3 of them. My KD was at a 1.86 or something along those lines, but eventually the stupid 360 died on me. It was the arcade version, piece of shit, white box thing. I did buy it for the PC a couple years back, but I had this really shitty Dell Inspiron 17 at the time, and I thought I could run the game on lowest settings. Holy fuck was I wrong. Eventually I built a computer and I just play the game with a wired Xbone controller now. This game is unfortunately dying, and it's more unfortunate to see that the few matches I ever find just have me being ridiculed for stuff I'm not fucking guilty of. I'm not sure what else I could do to prove it, really. Did you guys want me to buy a small camera so I can record my controller inputs? A live stream, maybe? I guess a better question is if I should care or not. The people who this video is intended for won't likely ever see it or watch it through till the end. Point is, I'm not hacking. I've never used programs to cheat, and I don't plan to in the future. Hoping the next Ghost Recon has a multiplayer mode pretty similar to this one. I gotta admit, it's the most solid third-person shooter I've ever played. Fingers crossed. Well, see you around.